On the 21st of June 2007, 13-year-old Kaitlyn Lassiter and her friends were riding on the Six Flags Superman Tower when the cables snapped. Bratelli Caleb, a 13-year-old boy, died after a school bus accident on the 16th of June 2015. His two sisters and his mother was sitting beside his sisters were on the same bus that had a white-blue sun. Students were doing slimes and crafts on the school trip on the bus. 13-year-old Kaitlyn Lassiter with her friends were shocked to see that Kaitlyn Lassiter's legs were cut off. Kaitlyn Lassiter was taken to the hospital where she had to be amputated. Lane Graves, Mark Maples. Caleb, a 13-year-old boy, was lying behind a school bus door and his sister was lying behind a chair. His sister that's had serious injuries, a 16-year-old girl, was tended by her mother and she was tending to her until the helpers arrived. On the 16th of June 2015, a group of middle school students were going to a workshop to have fun, to do arts and crafts and science experiments and having food. On the way, the students were talking and eating, and some were doing slimes and crafts and a science experiment as the school bus was on the highway. Bratelli Caleb, a 13-year-old boy, was sitting beside the door with his female teacher and he was doing a science experiment, as he will do a science experiment practical during the summer vacation. His mother was sitting beside his sisters, a 13-year-old girl on the window and a 16-year-old girl on the aisle. The mother was helping a 13-year-old girl to do slimes and helped her 16-year-old girl to do crafts. As the school bus continues on the highway, Caleb and his female teacher put a plate on the bus table and she put the vinegar on the table. The female teacher put the baking soda on the table. The last ingredient was borax. She put the borax on the table beside the plate. Meanwhile, in the back, the mother of Bratelli put the slime supplies for her 13-year-old daughter. She put the plate on the table and she was talking to her 13-year-old daughter and she put a white school glue on her table and she put crafts papers her 16-year-old daughter.